Listen here, Brenda. If you're gonna still show up as the basic bitch version of yourself, how do you expect reality to be any different? No offense if your name is Brenda. I don't know why that name just rolled right off my tongue. I know that's kind of the theme of my content lately, but I think it needs to be said. Reality is a mirror. Reality reflects your state of consciousness, aka what you're dominantly thinking about, what you're focusing on, who you're identifying as. And if you know that you're viewing life as it's shit, as you're dissatisfied, that things don't seem to change, or you don't have any hope that they're gonna change, that's a basic bitch version of yourself. That's why it looks that way. When you want change, we gotta be the change. We gotta be the change. It's really no different than you standing in front of a mirror, getting ready to remove all your makeup. And where do you put the makeup remover? Your ass is like putting it on the mirror and trying to clean the makeup off the mirror instead of your own face. That's what you're doing. Nothing will change out here until it changes here. Do we all really understand that? This is about being a whole new you. A whole new you. The multi-dimensional you. And you get to choose any version of yourself that you want. And no one and nothing can limit you from doing that. No one or nothing. No matter what this outer world says, it cannot limit you. The only self, the only being that can place a limit on you is you. So don't be a basic bitch, Brenda, and show up as the same old self every day. Really contemplate who you want to be and start showing up as that person. And for those of you who are immediately going to that boring ass logical thinking, how can I be different when life isn't different? How can I be a woman or man in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship when I don't have the person to be in that relationship with? Quite frankly, would you want to be in a relationship with someone who's feeling and thinking and behaving like that? Probably not. How do you show up differently when you're desiring those things? Yeah, contemplate. How would you feel? How would you feel if everything was here the way you wanted it to be? How would you carry yourself? How would you physically walk around? Wouldn't there be a little pep in that step? There would be something different. You wouldn't be 24/7 focused on the lack of that thing either. If you were someone in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship, you wouldn't be walking around feeling like half of yourself or with a pit in your stomach because you feel dissatisfied in that area of your life. You wouldn't be worrying about, when is this going to manifest? When is this going to change? You wouldn't be there. You would be thinking, I'm free. I am free to think about anything I want. I'm free to enjoy my life and no longer worry about this area of my life. I get to do that now as the version of myself who is experiencing whatever it is you're manifesting. You can tap into that thinking, that feeling, that being at any given moment. The only reason why you're not allowing yourself to do it is because you're looking out here and giving some bullshit 3D evidence more power over you than you should be. If I was to ask you, what is the reason why you believe you are not your new self? And I told you that you couldn't give me a 3D physical world reason. You couldn't tell me, well, because I'm not with someone, or my specific person isn't talking to me, or I don't have the money in the bank. You couldn't give me a 3D physical answer. How would you be able to answer my question? Long story short, you wouldn't be able to. Because the only reason why you feel like you can't show up feeling safe and secure and comfortable, that you will have your desires, is because of a 3D reason or some logical fear. My point is you can tap into that. You can embody any state of consciousness at any given moment because of who you really are. Consciousness.